So welcome to the fourth and final interview of our organizers of the X-File Jam. My name's Larry Reagan, and it's a pleasure for me today to be with Dr. J.R. Ryo from Penn State and Dr. Kurt Winkleman of the Florida Institute of Technology. Kurt and J.R. have been talking with us in the previous webinars about the technologies and about this concept of a jam. We wanted to take a few minutes today and understand a little bit more about what's involved and what your role will be as a student in this experience. Thank you both, first of all, for sharing your idea about the technology categories that we've talked about before. We've also talked a little bit about how those technology categories may apply to STEM education. And now we're thinking about what the JAM function might be like. So Kurt, maybe if I can talk with you a little bit about how will these teams come together and talk a little bit maybe about the challenge statement that goes along with this jam?
The jam is going to be entirely student focused. Dr. Rial and I and Dr. Reagan will be helping sort of guide students and their teams, but the students are going to be in charge of what they're doing. The students will come from lots of different universities in the area, but we are expecting that the teams themselves will form at the jam based around ideas that groups of students have that they want to work on. We think the best teams will likely have students with a mix of skills and interests. So it's not going to be all engineers on one team. You'd probably want to have some science students and maybe some education students and just people interested in the particular technology that team is interested in studying, or teams might look at a mix of technologies or a combination of technologies. The real purpose is to answer the challenge question, which we will give at the jam, and it will be something along the lines of directing students to create a solution that improves or enhances some kind of student experience that is related to college level STEM education. We're hoping and expecting that students will draw upon their own experiences, things they found challenging in their STEM classes, even if it was just a single science class they might have taken. How could these technologies be used to make that experience better?
So JR, can you help me understand a little bit about how these teams might generate solutions that Kurt was talking about, and what's the form of those solutions? What do they look like?
I think there are multiple ways to do this, and think of it as a storytelling exercise. The format is really up to you, and you can put together a presentation or video, but along the way, to help with your storytelling, we encourage you to develop a mock-up or prototype, which could be a drawing or even a software program that really demonstrates your ideas. It could even be a virtual or physical 3D model that shows what you are envisioning. So the sky is really the limit in this case. And what's essentially important here is for you to share what your idea of how to best incorporate the technologies Dr. Winkleman mentioned earlier in a classroom environment.
So it really is an open slate, and they can pick and choose and create a solution and then represent it however they want. Now, I hear teams and I hear a challenge, so that points me to the area of competition. JR, is this a competition? And if so, what do the winning teams get?
It is a competition, and I think the biggest reward in this case is really the possibility of the team's ideas being adopted by a real-life project, because there are going to be many people looking at the products you're going to be producing. A more immediate thing you may be getting is, of course, this recognition. You will have a nice certificate and also some gift cards and so on.
Yeah, it is going to be a competitive activity, but it's not just going to be winner take all. There's so many different dimensions to what could make a good project. So we're going to be looking for things like creativity and innovation, as well as maybe, what's the most practical and the most likely to succeed project. So I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities for students to demonstrate the skills and ideas that they have, and then walk away with a lot of recognition for it.
Sounds like fun. So if I'm a student and I'm interested, JR, how do I get involved? How do I register for this jam?
Yeah, we have our website. It's sites.psu.edu/FileJam, and we'll have a link there to a form. So you basically fill out that form, and that's how you get registered.
I just want to see with both of you, any last details you might like to share. Kurt, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I would just want to remind students that we have travel funding available that should compensate for the cost of driving to Melbourne, or possibly even staying in a hotel overnight the night before. It's an all-day event, but it is a single day. But during the all-day event, we're going to provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacks to keep everybody occupied and focused on coming up with new ideas of using this technology to solve STEM education challenges.
I'm really looking forward to seeing all these students, and I think we'll have lots of fun together. And the nice thing about it is that other people out there can really build on what you will be coming up with. So like I said earlier, it's not going to be just one-time event, but there will be work being continued, building on what you will be working on.
Well, thank you both for being with us and helping us understand a little bit more of what a jam experience will be like. I'm going to go to that registration site, JR, that you provided and register myself. So I look forward to seeing all of you there, and certainly Dr. Rayo and Dr. Winkleman. So thank you both.